Hey guys, welcome back for part 2 of my AR offense video, where we will be going through some more replays of my offense matches. Like I mentioned in the previous video, the matches in part 2 are something else. You'll see why in a bit. I definitely had to fast forward and cut a few parts or else the video would get super long, and no one likes long periods of just nothing happening. Well, anyway, let's get started. And for our first team, we have a pretty normal looking fireball. I say normal looking, but Churchy isn't very common in fireballs, but I still think she can be pretty good in them, especially if you can buff her resistance to a point where she can actually take hits. If you can't do that, she's probably just gonna die to a Versa and your fireball is gonna fall apart. But yeah, the first play is just gonna be put Erika in range of both Camilla and Air. And I'm gonna put Corin right next to Erika. Now this is important, I'm gonna put him to the right of Erika. But I'm not gonna destroy the face statue. The reason for this is because after both Air and Camilla attack me, Est is gonna get danced by Azura. If Corin was under Erika, Est would be able to reach Corin. And probably not kill him, but she would hurt, as you'll see in a bit. So she moves, gets danced. If the face statue was not there, she would have attacked Corin instead. But as it is, she attacks Erika and just barely dies. If Est has her white wing effect, she just destroys Erika completely. Pretty obvious, she's really strong with that effect active. But the rest is just kind of cleanup, trying to get the pots. Skipping forward a bit, just move back Erika. I'm gonna get panicked, but it doesn't really matter in this case. I think you only have a res buff. Still, she kind of hurts. 7 damage times 2 from Churchy. Here I decide to leave a Versa alive and just try to collect the pots, which is still gonna take a while. So I'm gonna talk about his dancer choice for a bit. So he has Azura in his fireball. Azura is a pretty good dancer because of Hagoita, giving everyone 2 res and 2 defense. But in my personal opinion, I think the best dancers for Fireball are probably Raisin and Lian. Now there's multiple reasons for this. One of the most important ones is that they heal you 7 HP per turn. This might not seem like a lot, but it actually adds up. If your healing target gets destroyed, just getting healed 7 HP on everyone is actually pretty useful. Not just that, but sometimes they can actually catch your opponents off guard. Because if they're not next to someone, for example, and the opponent doesn't notice that, they transform, they get 3 movement, they were expecting them to have 2 movement, and their combat stats are actually not that bad. Obviously, Lian is harder to merge, but if you can get a +10 Lian, she's probably better because she's colorless. I personally am just gonna do Raisin because he's mergeable. Kind of hard to get, but eventually I hope I can get a at least +8 Raisin or something like that. But yeah, here I'm gonna try Versa. Just baiting her with Fiora over and over again. Fiora actually a pretty decent bonus unit, when she was at least. I use Panic Ploy on her, Seal, like I always do on my bonus units. If you don't know how to use your bonus units, I definitely recommend you use Panic Ploy on them. It really comes in handy sometimes. But yeah, she had a Link skill, pretty much basic. I didn't even give her an A slot, but it was still fine. The Link skill was actually pretty useful, giving speed and res. And yeah, just trapping a Versa, getting the pots, and collecting that win.
I must focus.
And for the second match, we have a pretty normal looking lift loss team until you realize that yes, most units are +10. One of the units is +7. Still, this guy gets almost -20 per match if someone aces his team. If he manages to kill a unit, which with this team it's actually probably not too hard to do because they're just really tanky and obnoxious. But if he manages to kill a unit, then that's it. He loses no lift. Well, basically no lift. He loses a bit of lift. Like 3? I don't know. But still, as you can see, the map is not very well designed on that specific spot. You can just bait the Yunes. I'm sure you could have designed it better. But from here on, it's just trying to kill the enemies one at a time. I'm just going to be skipping forward to the specific points where I actually killed them, because they get really tanky. With Azure just giving them all 7 to all stats. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Still, after doing the cogs, I just decided to tank it with Erika. But this is the easiest part. The hardest part is the 3 blues that are gonna come right after. But even with cutting all that time of me thinking, still, it's not easy. But there we saw that an application of the link skill, just giving Erika some extra speed. Dances Fjorm, and now Fjorm is pretty much unkillable. Still, another skip forward. Yeah, it wasn't an easy match for a team that, well, it's a pretty, there's like no thought put into the team, pretty much. It's just Yunes and legendary heroes, and still kind of tough to beat. I'm just gonna, because everyone just gets so fast with the Yunes. You'll see, this is Zura. I think she has 50 something, 53 speed. What is that? I'm just gonna end turn. She can't kill my anyone, thankfully. I go back with Erika because I don't want to mess with Fjorm. Thankfully they're far away from the healing tower, so no one gets healed. But yeah, now this turn, pretty important. Ephraim, so tanky. I kind of just have to hit him with 2 units. I got lucky that Corrin actually kills Azura, because if he didn't kill Azura, I don't know how I would have done this. So the plan was just to kill Azura with Corrin and somehow hit Ephraim with 2 airs. He's just that tanky. And yeah, Fiora survives Fjorm, which is pretty important. So I'm just gonna leave Fiora in front of Fjorm. And we're gonna go from there. Another map where Panic Ploy didn't really come in handy on Fiora. But it's still a good seal to have. Alright, so just gonna leave her in front of Fjorm. And she'll tank it. She's fine. I actually didn't have her parasol refined yet. Or I did have it refined. The problem is that my skill set did not have the refined parasol, because I made the skill set before, and I just forgot, and I never noticed that it wasn't actually refined. So Fiora could actually have 65 extra HP. In the final days I noticed it and I changed it. So she has the speed refined in, but here she doesn't. She is running around with 60 HP. Still a lot of HP. That's what bonus units do. They just have a lot of HP. But yeah, from here on out it's kinda easy. Just gonna have to run away as far away as possible from that monster Fjorm.
Yes. Of course.
Yep.
Death's caress.
Seems pretty easy, doesn't it? but when I played it, it wasn't that easy.
Death's caress. Yes.
But with the right units, it's probably pretty easy.
I must focus.
All right.
Still,
Let's go.
there we go. And of course, I added him. Alright, third match, and this time in Astra season against probably one of the hardest teams I've ever fought. You'll see as I go through the units why that is. It should get pretty obvious soon enough. But if it doesn't, then, well, I'll just tell you that if this was Dark Season, I would not have won. So I'm using Wallheart here, is my bonus unit.
Yes.
Still 4-star. Because of this match, I kind of regretted not getting him to 5-star. But in the end, it worked out fine. My goal here was to destroy the healing tower
Careful. Careful.
and isolate Sylvia. After that, I would smite Cecilia in and snipe Ninian. Now, there was a problem with this map, is that my Cecilia could actually kill Sothis
Let's try that.
if she didn't get chill attacked. Okay? Now, Cecilia gets chill attacked because she has the most attack in the team. I had to give the attack tactic buff to Wallheart so that she doesn't get chill attacked. Well, this is all going to become pretty important soon enough, as you'll see. That was a pretty good snipe on the healing tower. And here I just killed that. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, so Cecilia has 54 attack and Wallheart has 50 attack. Yeah, because he has the buff there. So Cecilia normally has 54 and Wallheart has 50, which means that Cecilia just gets chill attacked. Wallheart needs to get the attack tactic, and Cecilia needs to not get anything. And if that happens, then I can actually kill Sothis.
Yes. I love you.
And gonna have to move on to isolate Sylvia. But you can probably tell where this is going.
What is your desire?
I'm actually gonna mess up big time here. I'm gonna forget to give Wallheart his attack tactic buff. And as we saw before, if neither of them have the buff, then, well, Cecilia gets debuffed. Right now he's getting the buff, but I move him up, and that's the mistake I make. But how costly is it gonna be? Very, very tough defense team, honestly. Come on. You know you want to do it. You know you want to lose that attack tactic. Oh. And there we go. Move him up. I don't really know what I was thinking. But now I don't know what would have happened if I actually got the attack tactic. So Cecilia gets chill attacked. Or not yet.
It will be done.
Still, that's the smite. To snipe Ninian. Debuff everyone. And I'm actually gonna move Wallheart close to Cecilia to give her the buffs. +1 to all stats. I can do this because Sothis is actually gravity. Maybe that's why I moved him close, just to move him next to her, but I don't know. It wasn't a very smart play.
Let's find happiness.
So I had to isolate Sylvia, so no dense shenanigans would have happened. Here when Sothis attacked first, I knew something was wrong, because if she died, she would not attack first. And because of that, can just fly in and snipe my Wallheart. Sylvia dies, thankfully, and Dorcas moves down.
I love you.
At the end of the day, maybe it was a good thing that
What's your answer?
Malhart died.
Yes. Careful.
Can't really say what would have happened if he didn't. Because
I love you.
just everyone in this team is so incredibly strong. And like I said, if this was Dark Season, yeah,
What is your desire?
I don't see myself winning this one. Just the 5 extra HP would make things so much harder.
That's a
This was
difficult
right
one.
after Sothis came out, so it was pretty cool to see a plus 10. Here I was just praying that I survived Soth.
I love you. Yes.
Could actually barely kill Alm. So again, if he had the plus 5 HP,
Let's
then
find happiness.
that was it. I would not have killed him. And here I just hope to survive him, and I barely survived Soth. Just crazy
Let's try
map
that.
all around.
It will be done.
Smite Fjorm in to get the last pot,
Careful.
and
Careful.
we
That's
take
a
those. I mean,
difficult one. I love
we
you.
definitely have to take those.
What's your answer?
In contrast to all the maps before, this one actually looks quite easy. And no, it is easy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He kind of blocked off his own units on the left side, so my goal here was to just park
Yes, caress.
Erika
Can do.
under the
Let's
fortress,
go.
Of course.
setting up for the
glimmer
bait.
of life.
One of the things I like doing the most is baiting on turn 2.
Yes.
But by doing that, when the enemies move on turn 3, or
Alright.
well, when they move on their turn 2, and then your turn 3 starts and your bolt tower activates and damages them and makes them so easy to kill. Most of the time, at least. So here I'm panicking Ophelia and Linus. But I see Alma as a rally, so I know what's gonna happen. Ophelia is actually gonna attack me,
Yes.
and then Alm is gonna rally Azura,
A mission?
and then gonna get danced and attack Erika. Alm rallies Azura because Azura actually has a combat with Erika, because she has aerobatics, so she can teleport to Linus pretty much and just attack Erika. Obviously she would do no damage, that's why she just dances Alm instead.
I must focus.
There you go, another application of the Link skill. Pretty good. And now all I have to do is end turn and just tank
The glimmer of life.
Ophelia and
Yes,
Alm.
caress.
Also, Micaiah has Swordbreaker, which is kind of funny. No one really runs that on her, so it was weird to see. Usually, most people just run Wings of Mercy. Dances Tiki, now Tiki's alone. Tiki's actually kind of tanky, but the bolt tower here definitely helped.
Yes, caress.
So I'm just checking to see who does the damage.
Yes.
And as you can see, it's just the Tiki is kind of tanky. But it doesn't matter because she's debuffed now. She only has 10 HP. And she will die soon. But who will kill her? Well, I actually wanted to get the kill with
Of course.
Erika here because that would put her in range of Micaiah. And then I would be able to kill 2 characters. Just like that. So we do that. Linus actually has Hone Attack 4, so that panic on Fiora was pretty important. Just debuffing Ophelia by 7 attack.
Yes.
Pretty massive. Bait Micaiah with Erika. 0 damage. In Light Season, it's kind of ridiculous. And here's something that I was very surprised to see. This Linus is a tank. I just do no damage to him. I mean, look, 16 damage.
Let's go.
and because of quick riposte, steady breath, he just
Of course.
destroys me completely. But
All right.
that's if I player phase him.
Death's caress.
What would happen if I enemy phase him? Would it be the same? Would I get destroyed?
Yes.
Well, obviously, no, I wouldn't. And I don't know why I keep checking the damage. I think I was just so shocked
Glimmer of life.
that he was so tanky that I kept checking it. But here's what happens if I just enemy phase him. Yeah. Now all I have to do is collect the pots.
Death's caress.
So speeding it up a little bit,
Ready.
just so I can get those
Glimmer
pots.
of life. Death's caress.
A mission.
These ones were actually not too bad. Again, betting with Fiora. Her res is not too bad, especially with the two heirs supporting her. But I definitely didn't want to put
Death's caress.
Azura in range of the 7 HP heir though. That was kind of risky.
Yes. The glimmer of life.
Here, I figured out I could just get the pots and win.
Of course.
Basically by getting the pot with Corrin, getting the pot with the heir,
Do.
attacking with Fiora. If the trap is real,
Focus. All right.
the other air kills. If the trap
A
is
mission.
not real, then Fiora
The
and
glimmer
air
of life.
kill. And there we go. And after that easier match, we are back with another stupidly hard match. We have Cloud Mayogi, Soth, Naisala, and Ninian with Sudden Panic, which is gonna be important. The Cleaner Legault, and Amiya with Sacred Call, probably just to counter Reinhardt's or just snipes in general. And they're all plus 10 except for the Ninian. Yeah, this week was kinda crazy. I just kept finding these IP teams that were just so hard to deal with. I hate fighting IP teams,
The glimmer of life.
but
Yes.
I worked out this one, so let's see why.
Death's caress.
Well, I'll tell you why.
The glimmer of life.
Their healing tower is not max level. That's actually gonna be pretty important.
The glimmer of life.
I actually make a mistake.
Can do.
I thought Sudden Panic was like a Versa because I was so used to a Versus Knight. I thought she had to be 3 yeah, so I checked it there. I thought she had to be 3 HP above,
The glimmer of life.
but no, it's just like Panic. You only need 1 more HP, so
Yes.
if some of my units had 60 HP, they would get panicked because she has 61.
Let's go.
Is healing tower? I forget. I think it heals like... Okay, it heals 15, so that's gonna be pretty important. If it healed 25, this would be way harder. As you can see, I'm not giving my Erika any buffs at all,
I must focus.
for obvious reasons. Because the cleaner hurts if you have buffs. I put her in range of Legault, and because Naisala has no assist, I know that he's gonna move after. So he's gonna move right, and he's gonna get danced by Ninian.
Death's caress.
So before the match, I just did some calls to see if I could survive Legault and Naisala. So I take the hit, very strong hit, and now Naisala comes and I barely survive it and kill him. Okay, that's the turn 1 done. Well, that wasn't turn 1, but now what do we do from here on out? So skipping ahead a little bit, I just needed to do some calcs to see how much damage I would take from Soren. I believe he has a Moonbow charged, which would do a little bit of damage to me. Still, he's a green unit, and Soren isn't exactly
Ready.
the strongest attacker in the game. So, after calking a little bit, I figured out that I would survive him and Ninian, because Ninian just does no damage.
Glimmer of life.
She's not there to do damage after all.
Death's caress.
So put Erika in range again. I still can't give her any buffs, sadly. So Corrin has to be on
All right.
receiving buff duty.
Yes.
Most of his characters had Fury 4,
Glimmer of life.
which was so annoying. Fury 4 is a really good skill. Take 5 damage from that Moonbow, 0 damage from Ninian, and they both die. Now the map looks easy
Let's go.
from here on out, doesn't it?
Death's
Well,
caress.
the map
Yes.
itself is easy
Yes.
from this current position, but the problem is getting the pots is not easy
Glimmer of life.
at all. So I'm trying to come up with a way to... Well, first of all, I want to kill Soth. I already turned 5, so I don't exactly have that much time.
All right.
But Erika does not double Soth, but she doubles him with Korra next to her. And I have to find a way to just survive Mia. Mia actually hurts quite a bit
Yes.
due to being plus 10
Of course.
and all that stuff. She actually, I believe, one-shot my airs, so I couldn't just leave an air
A
to
mission.
take a hit. If I could do that, then getting the pots would be easy. I'm just fast forwarding a little bit, put Korra next to Erika, and we do that. So here, I know that Korran is not gonna kill Mia, so Korran can at least tank one hit from Mia. As he does, but the problem is, well, she's kinda weak now. And I need to get the pots. Well, I wanted to get at least one pot. My goal was to get both pots. One pot was, I knew that was easy to get, but I wanted to get them both. At the end of the week, it didn't matter that I missed one pot. Yeah, spoilers, I cannot get both pots in this match, but it didn't matter. My thought here was that I actually wanted to have Fiora duel Mia, because usually Fiora would
Death's caress.
not kill Mia. But the problem is that Mia is panicked here. Even though she has no buffs, she has a panic effect. And because she has this panic effect, the Parasol is actually going to give Fiora the extra damage she needs to kill Mia. One of the situations where panic on Fiora was not the best, but
Death's caress.
I mean, what can you do?
Yes.
Honestly, it's just really helpful in most of the maps.
Death's caress.
Just because it wasn't helpful in this specific situation that is just never gonna repeat itself doesn't mean that
Glimmer of light.
you shouldn't run panic play on your bonus units.
The glimmer of light. Yes. Yes.
I'm just moving my units around. I don't know, I like doing that. Not really.
Yes.
It's because I'm just thinking,
I must focus. Let's go. A mission.
checking the damage. But at the end, I'm just gonna give up. It's impossible because she's panicked.
Death's caress.
So I think I smite the air up
The glimmer of light.
after swapping the bottom air with Fiora, collect the pot, and then kill Mia with Erika. These IP maps are pretty explosive. At the start they look really crazy,
Death's caress.
and they are. There's just no denying it.
Go.
And we're finishing it off strong with a team that's becoming kind of popular in Astra season, which is a Cav line. So we have a plus 10 Veronica, a plus 3 Gunthra, a plus 1 Naga, a plus 6 Lyn. We have a plus 3 Ethlyn, and a plus 8 Reinhardt. Now, Ethlyn was a bonus unit this week, so she's actually gonna have pretty decent stats. The Panic Manor is level 4. This is actually gonna be very important, and one of the reasons I win. If the Panic Manor was level 5, which was already available during this week, then Byleth would get hit by it,
What is
and
your
that would
desire?
suck. Another
What?
thing that contributed for my win is that Veronica had her staff
Yes.
instead of a panic staff.
That's a difficult one.
I think if she had panic, things would have been pretty bad for me. But so here we go. My plan was to bait Veronica with Naga, Reinhardt with Faye, Byleth, going through with Byleth. What the hell am I saying? and Lynn with Cecilia, and it worked out fine. So as we can see, I survived turn 1, but against these kinds of teams, that's not the only turn that counts, because their horses, cav units, they have a lot of movement,
What is your desire?
and they will just snipe you on the following turns. So you have to just be consistent throughout. Here I just decide to snipe Cecilia in. I couldn't kill Veronica on my own, so I have to damage her a little bit. So I do that, and by placing Cecilia under the panic manner like that,
Yes.
I am actually stopping Ethlyn and Reinhardt from just going after my other units, which is actually quite nice. Just checking the damage to see if I can do the Cecilia attack after, and I can. This is nice because this way she actually doesn't get attacked. She doesn't lose HP and she doesn't get debuffed. She's still gonna be debuffed by Ethlyn's panic, which is gonna suck, obviously, but I can't do anything about that. Here I'm thinking if I should attack Reinhardt with Faye or not. And yeah, I'm just checking to see if Ethlyn is gonna get Arch commanded. She's not. She doesn't have a debuff on her. So there we go. She attacks me and panics me, which is very annoying. Thinking back at it, maybe I should have just attacked Reinhardt with Faye, but I didn't.
Let's try that.
And yeah, this is not a very nice position to be in. But thankfully, I can again just block the units off with my Cecilia. So I believe I move her right, and I snipe Naga. Arch Command Plus is actually kinda annoying in these maps, because usually you bring Nagas,
That's a difficult
and the Nagas, they have the chills. Most people don't really remove the chills from their Nagas on the B slot. So what Arch Command Plus does is it turns those chills into, well, buffs. So the Cavs will just run around with +7s. It's nasty.
Let's move.
But there, we can kill the Naga, get rid of that.
Yes.
I moved Byleth here. My Byleth is ally supporter with, or he was ally supporter with Cecilia. I bait Ethlyn with Faye, which is actually pretty nice. So she didn't attack my Cecilia. And we managed to kill Reinhardt. So now all we have to do is get the pot and collect our win.
Let's try that.
Most cav lines are just pretty copy pasted, but it's still a hard team to deal with.
What's your desire?
So yeah, no one cares about this person. I'm just gonna speed it up to get those pots.
Yes.
Smiting Byleth in. He's not gonna die, even though Ethlyn has bonus stats. She's still as pitiful attack, even with attack speed solo. Here I kind of wanted to, well, block her, but I just couldn't.
Let's move.
Tactics matter being annoying. I think I can actually just win here, honestly. Do I not win here?
What's your answer?
Did I not see that I could win here? Maybe Byleth can't kill. Yeah, oh, yeah, so Ethlyn with an Astra Blessing
What's your desire?
and bonus stats just gets ridiculously tanky. But we finish it off. I actually took a screenshot because I was pretty proud of beating this team.
Yes.
That's the trap, and there we go. And that's the end of all the replays. For now, at least. Maybe in the future when I get more diverse teams, like Hit and Run, Vantage, or maybe even Gale Force, or I find some interesting teams in AR, I'll do this again. But for now, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.